The Super Bowl, known for the best of the best, to battle it out on the gridiron. But yet it's so popular an event that sometimes there's just stories and headlines going on behind the scenes of the game itself. There's the commercials, there's the halftime show, which by the way this year was Kendrick Lamar, and honestly, that was a little bit meh. I mean, you know what, you could take it or leave it, but you know, I appreciate their entertainers and they do their best and stuff like that, but maybe just not for me. You comment below, let me know what you think. But I've seen a lot of shows that were better than that one, but that's just my personal opinion. But there's also the superstars, there's the A-listers, there's the sports stars, there's just so much going on. This year was no exception, but there was one little detail that I noticed, and apparently so did a lot of other people, even people that aren't watch lovers, and that was, what the heck was Tom Brady wearing on his wrist? Sometimes when it's not your team, you know what, in the mix there, it's not as much fun. But you know, my team is one of the winningest teams in franchise history, the Steel Curtain, baby, from Pittsburgh. But you know what? I still enjoyed the game. I mean, at the end of the day, if you like football, this is the greatest football event on the planet. And to others, it's just another game. But did you see what Tom Brady was wearing? Oh boy. He's my favorite QB, if you haven't noticed yet. I got a little bit of a man crush for the GOAT, right? I wish he was a Steelers player at some point, though. That's too bad. But did you see what he was wearing? Oh my God. OMG, as my daughter would say. It all started with the custom-tailored gray suit. He looked like 007 out there. True story. And you know what? As he should. I guess this was his first Super Bowl as a broadcaster. Dynamite. Maybe that's why he opted for one of the most blingy watches I've ever seen on television or anywhere. For just a split second, I thought maybe it was the Ed Sheeran Gshock. Oh yeah, I'm crazy. But obviously the shimmer and the glow proved otherwise. This thing was like a chandelier on his wrist on top of that leather strap. Like, wow. Amy looked at me and she's like, I looked at her and she's like, what is he wearing? And I'm like, I don't know. But she goes, it's trending. It's called the Jacob&Co Caviar Tourbillion. Guess how much it's worth? I'm like, come on. Then I got a message from my buddy Chris. He's like, you see what Brady's wearing on his wrist? I'm like, oh boy. Right after that, I got a message from my buddy Trevor. He's like, oh my God, what is he wearing? I'm like, I don't know. But you know what? I bet you it costs a lot of money. And Trevor's a Tampa fan, so you know what? He loves Brady. First thing he said was, you know what? He's Tom Brady. He can wear whatever the bleep he wants. This is a family show. We're going to keep it PG. Then Amy says to me, it's worth $745,000. Wow! I almost fell off the couch. And Amy, she cracks me up every day. She looks at me and she goes, but where's his belt? He's not wearing a belt. Could he not afford one after he bought the watch? I started to chuckle. I'm like, don't tease him. He's my boy. He's the GOAT. You see, he played for Michigan, and I've been a Michigan NCAA football fan for a long time. Sorry, Tom, that was just Amy. I'm more curious than anything about what's happening here. Is this a new thing, or do I need to lose the belt when I wear my next suit? I got to keep up with the trends, and if it's the new style, I want to know. Comment below if you know. Calling all fashion experts. Do I need to lose the belt on my next suit? Now, this watch, getting back to it, the Caviar Tourbillon. This thing has diamonds, sapphires. The whole thing is covered like a turtle covered in barnacles. It's like insane. The Caviar Tourbillon, described as insanely rare. I'll say he's wearing a 1 of 18 on the planet that were made. Like, oh boy. Yeah, you've got me curious. How much does something like this weigh? Comment below if you know, because I am intrigued. I want to find out myself. But this thing's way out of my league. I could never come hands-on with this watch. But I had to agree, even though it's not something that I would wear for me, because I see all my watches as like tools, even the dress design ones. The moment you start putting diamonds and precious stones in them, and they become more jewelry for me. But that's just me, my personal. But you comment below and let me know what you think. But he's the greatest of all time. And he's celebrating a special time in his life. And what better time to wear a piece on the world stage in a position where he is now going to be broadcasting for the very first time. He's been to the Super Bowl 10 times as a player. Now he's doing color commentation for the first time on national Fox television. Do you know what his contract was? Whoa, baby. Like $375 million for him. What do you pay the greatest of all times? Like, come on. Congratulations to you, Tom. You do you. Whatever floats your boat. We all know you're a watch collector and enthusiast yourself, and you've got some great pieces in your collection, even some that have been auctioned in the past. So whatever you want to put on the wrist and makes you feel good, that's exactly what you should wear. Keep up the good work, and if you would like me to review the watch, I can fly out and bring my gear and get hands-on with the piece. It's all about trust. You can trust me. I'm Ross. And this piece is definitely due for white gloves and a bird's eye view. Over 424 gemstones, I believe it is. Are you kidding me right now? Insanely rare, but insanely ugly at the same time. In a good way, I guess. I can't get over it. It's just me. Just comment below. Let me know what you think, though. Signed Jacob&Co at the 12 with blue matching the hands around the dial as well. It's got that darker color to stand out on top of all that bling. I guess you need it. Who doesn't like a tourbillon seeing this high beat movement through the circular window at the 6 o'clock position? No markers, no date window, just pretty plain and simple, I guess, if you call that plain. But when you flip this thing over, gorgeous exhibition caseback viewing the automatic movement inside. Woo, top notch here. This thing is like art, craftsmanship there. It's just beautiful. Tom, you can trust me. I'm retired 5-0. I'm on Instagram at TheCovertCrow. Send me a DM and let's get a review looked after here for this one. A super watch for a Superman at the Super Bowl. I love you, Tom Brady. You're the best. See you on the next one.